Hello again, my name's Gabe Zollner. One of my viewers sent me a rather interesting little article. I'll attach a link and I'll also provide you what he wrote. Gabe, it seems that attorneys agree with you. Quote, the two citizen parent requirement would have followed from the common law that provided that a woman upon marriage took the citizenship of her husband. In other words, the framers required both, one, birth of United States soil or its equivalent, and two, birth to two United States citizen parents as necessary conditions of being granted that special status which under a constitution only the President and Commander-in-Chief of the military and also the Vice President under the 12th Amendment must have at the time of his or her birth. Given the necessary conditions that must be satisfied to be granted this status, all natural-born citizens are citizens of the United States, but not all citizens of the United States are natural-born citizens. It was only through both parents being citizens that the child was born with unity of citizenship and allegiance to the United States, which the framers required the President and Commander-in-Chief of the military to have. And then again, there's a link attached. Now, what this really means is that when Ann Dunham shacked up with Barack Obama Sr., if that ever even happened, because there's never been a marriage certificate. There is a divorce decree, but there's never been a marriage certificate. What that means is she became a British subject herself. That's what it means. She became a British subject herself. Which means that Barack Obama, it matters not where the heck he was born. He was never qualified to hold office. Which brings me to another concern that I have, which is that our Congress must be completely and totally complicit. And the reason that is under 8 separate occasions, they tried to change the verbiage to accommodate Barack Hussein Obama. And then they just simply ignored it. They know what this states. The Supreme Court knows what is written here. But they don't care because they're all complicit. Scary, is it not? There's no common sensible justification for the framers to allow someone to be commander-in-chief who has a parent that is not an American citizen. Look at what Obama's done because of his Kenyan heritage. It makes no sense why they would allow Marco Rubio, whose parents were Cubans, to become president of the United States. Nor would they allow Bobby Jindal, whose parents were Indians, or Ted Cruz, who was born not on American soil. The whole thing is completely asinine. Someone needs to straighten it out. But the question is, how can they? I want to thank my viewer for sending this. I'm getting an awful lot of different pieces of information that I've put up on various YouTubes, all surrounding this topic. You have to be a complete idiot to think that the framers would want anyone other than a natural-born citizen to become commander-in-chief. It makes less than 0 cents. I told you what I think. Read what these attorneys think. Read it for yourself and tell me where you think it would make sense any other way. You got a Kenyan father, you got a Cuban father. You can't have undeniable loyalty to any one country. The whole thing is completely nuts, isn't it? But you know what? It doesn't matter. You know why? Because it's too late. He ain't leaving. You'll see.